bank is 50 meters away from our building, and we know that the height of the window on the bank across the street to the top of our building, see that?
Yeah.
Is 15 meters high. So, using Pythagorean theorem, we can find the distance between the top of our building and the window of the bank, and therefore, how long the zip line will have to be. If we use the equation a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we should be able to discover the length of the zip line.
Now.
Good? Alright, so the equation we're going to be using today is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And to do that, we know a is 50 squared, plus b, which is 15 squared, equals c squared. And we know 50 squared is 2500 plus 15 squared, which is 225. Now we have to add them together, and we get 2725 equals c squared. And now what we have to do is we have to take the square root both sides so we can find what c equals.
Oh.
Alright, and we do that. Square root of 2725 is 52.2. That means that is what c equals. C equals 52.2 meters.
Algebraic!
Let's go!
Alright, we want to break into this bank, but there's a pressure plate just before the safe, right here.
Right there?
Yeah, and we need to avoid this. We know the pressure plate is 3 meters long, and if we place a rope,
From before the
it will be
pressure plate
at an
to
angle
like...
of 60 degrees. If we use SOHCAHTOA, we can find the length.
Oh, which one do you choose? How do you know which one to choose?
Well, we know that we're going to need to use cos because when we're using cos, it's adjacent over hypotenuse, and that's what we're using for this equation.
Oh!
We're not using sin because that's opposite over hypotenuse, and we're not using tan because that's opposite over adjacent.
Oh, algebraic!
Yeah. Alright, for this equation we're using cos. So, cos 60, because we know that the angle is 60 degrees, equals 3. 3 over the hypotenuse. So, to find what we're looking for, we have to multiply each side by x. When you do that, you get cos 60 over cos 60 equals 3 over cos 60. And 3 over cos 60 equals 6. So that means that the length of the rope that we need is 6 meters.
6 meters?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty algebraic.
Alright, now we need to figure out how far away the police station is, and by doing that, we'll need to use cosine law. We need an angle in between 2 sides, or 3 sides. Alright, so the equation that we're going to be using for this one is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc bracket cos a.
Oh, I get it. So you're just solving for a.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the angle.
Alright, so a squared equals 250 squared, because we know that b is 250, plus c, which is 50 squared, minus 2 bracket 250 bracket 50, and then cos 45. Because you know that the angle is 45.
Oh.
Alright, so the next step, a squared equals 62,500 plus 2,500 minus 25,000 bracket 0.7071067 0.81 bracket. Next step is a squared equals 6,500, because we added those two together.
Yeah, I get it.
65,000, sorry, minus 17677.66953. Alright, so once we have those numbers, we want to add them together. Well, in this case, we're subtracting it from one another, and that equals 47,322.33047. But now we need to take the square root of both this number and a squared, so we can get a, which equals 217.5. So that means the distance between the bank and the police station is 217 meters. And that'll give us approximately 5 minutes to escape from the police if they are called. Oh, and just in case we run into any more trouble, I'll teach you how to use sine law.
Okay.
I put together this little example here. So we know the angle of A is 53 degrees, and we know the length of A is 8 meters. We know the length of C is 9 meters.
Okay.
But we're trying to find X, which is the angle of C. Alright? So the equation for this would be sine C over C equals sine A over A.
Okay.
Alright, so the next step, sine C over 9, because we know the length of C is 9,
Okay.
equals sine 53, because you know that the length of, the angle of A over 8, because that's the length of A. Alright, the next step is you want to multiply both sides, top, by 9, which is required for the next step. So after we do that, we have sine C equals 9 times sine 53 over 8. The next step, we have sine C equals 0.8484644948. Approximately, yes. And we also have to sine -1 from both sides.
Oh, I see. It's a reverse.
Yeah.
Reverse sine.
So when we do that, we're left with C equals 64 degrees. And that gives us the answer for C.
And now we can find the other angle by using the sum of all angles of the triangle.
So that might come in handy in case we get into any more trouble that requires that.
Okay, that's good.
You're really good at the trigonometry stuff. Like, I'm not that good because I always slip through class.
Oh no, the alarm! Freeze.
Don't you die on me!